This is a CBS News special report. I'm Scott Pelley, reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York. We are interrupting the programming this afternoon because of a rather unusual event. There has been an earthquake along the eastern coast of the United States, an earthquake that has been felt from Virginia all the way up to Massachusetts. It was a relatively mild earthquake, originally came in at 5.8. It's now being considered a 6.0 earthquake. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, again, a rather mild earthquake, but it was felt all up and down the eastern seaboard from Virginia to Massachusetts. The U.S. Capitol building and the Pentagon were evacuated for a time. We have Chip Reed, our CBS News correspondent at the Pentagon. Chip, what did you feel down there?
Well, Scott, we felt about 10 seconds of fairly violent shaking, and as you can imagine, at the Pentagon, when something like that happens, the immediate assumption, or at least the immediate fear, was that it might have been a bomb. Immediately, people started running out of the Pentagon. We very quickly started getting calls from other people saying that there had been shaking quite a distance from here. I got a call from Potomac, Maryland, that said there had been shaking out there. Our bureau in Washington, we then very quickly concluded that this had to be an earthquake and not a bomb, so people calmed down a bit. But the Pentagon is still checking to make sure that everything is stable and that there are no problems with the building after that fairly violent shaking. And as you can imagine, the Pentagon is one of the most solidly built buildings in the world. If it shook like that here, I can imagine what it was like in other places. Scott?
Well, Chip, up here in New York, here at CBS News headquarters, we felt the earthquake as well. It was sort of a gentle rolling motion over about 30, 45 seconds. This is Times Square in New York. All over the island of Manhattan, the earthquake was felt. But again, a rather mild earthquake, about 6.0 on the Richter scale. Not the kind of earthquake in which you would expect a great deal of damage. And in fact, at this point in time, we do not have any reports of significant damage or injuries from this fairly rare earthquake along the east coast of the United States. We will have a great deal more about this story and about the developing story in Libya on your local CBS stations, on cbsnews.com, and of course later this afternoon on the CBS Evening News. Until then, I'm Scott Pelley, reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York.
For news 24 hours a day, go to cbsnews.com.